Hey, it's Mike Jacob coming to you from Jerusalem with our thought for the week. In this week's Parsha, it discusses the plagues. And one of the plagues we all know about was the plague of frogs. Now, how did the frogs come about? The Torah tells us, V'ta'al tzfardea hatzfardea, one frog appeared in the middle of Egypt, and it was making so much noise, and everyone started banging this frog, and little frogs started popping out until all of Egypt was covered with tens of millions of frogs. Now, the Stipler, in his Sefer, Birkas Peretz, points out something very interesting and very important that we can learn from this whole scenario with the frogs. And that is, it was making noises and people were getting, didn't like the noise and they banged and little frogs popped out. It really represents any kind of bad habit or addiction a person may have. He actually mentions the bad habit of anger, of kaas, that a person, if he would just stop and think for a second of the terrible ramifications that could come out if he gets in an argument with somebody. They start fighting and screaming this and that and that. And, at the end of the day, people are harmed. Or an addiction. People smoke or they have internet addiction, whatever it is, and they're getting involved and they're, they're not thinking, and it just gets out of hand, that particular bad habit or bad addiction. Just think about the frogs. Think about those Egyptians over there, how stupid they were. That, there's a frog that just popped out. Maybe it's going to get out of hand. So stop and think, because if they would have controlled themselves and not get all mad with the noise of the frog, it wouldn't have happened. So that's what we have to think about. Control ourselves sometimes if we see things are getting out of hand, and think about the frogs in Egypt. Control ourselves and we just won't get into trouble. Shabbat Shalom, take care.